Hey, baby girl. I love you. Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good.
You want a hand in?
Yeah. My name is Denise Edwards, and I'm known as Grandma Coquitlam, Ma, Mom, or Grandma. I answer to all of them, and I'm proud to be a peer worker.
I became a peer worker just over 3 years ago. As a person, you know, that spent his life in prison and spent his life doing drugs, you know, I thought, well, what am I going to do for employment? Well, no one's going to hire me. And then this guy wants to hire me. And I said, well, what do you do? He said, oh, we work with street people. And I thought, well, that's something I really know.
Maple Ridge treats their homeless and their drug addicts like they're garbage, like they don't belong here. My grandmother taught me that you say hello to the drunk on the corner with the exact same amount of respect as you say hello to the jerk in the three-piece Gucci suit.
With the fentanyl crisis going on, I had a lot of really, really close, good friends that have died, and it's hit me really hard. Like, I just want it to end. You know, I want to be able to be part of the, you know, solution, not so much the part of the problem. When I first started working here, I had an overdose. I think my first 20 minutes of work, I got thrown right into it. It was like right in my training shift. I had previous experience with CPR and stuff like that, so the only difference was actually giving the Narcan as well. Most overdoses, we get to them before their heart actually stops. So when you're giving CPR, you're not having to give chest compressions. You just have to give air, basically, right? You got to keep the brain alive.
In Maple Ridge, we don't have safe injection sites or anything, so we do what they call peer witnessing. Example, in my building here, if somebody's going to be home alone and using, lots of times they'll let me know, so I can go up and check on them, and you know, I'll stay until I know you're safe, and then I'll leave, right? To me, it feels good to make sure that there's one less person dying, right?
Who is it?
Mike and Perry and kid. Mike
Come on
needs a
in.
hand. Hey.
What's up, guys?
I just smoke a bowl of you, but Mike needs
Sounds
a hand
good.
first because
I need to help you
guys are there.
smash this because I gotta work. I can't
Okay,
do that.
I
Tim
can help
came over,
you.
dude.
Tim, where are you?
You're coming in, aren't you?
Don't be so shy. Come on in. Here, honey. Okay, I want you to sit down over there, and I'll help you with this.
Here, grab the green bay check.
Here.
So what are you doing
You
today?
can sit on my bed if you want, Tim. I'll let you sit on there for now.
I see it's big one right there.
Yeah, right there's a good one.
I can't do that one in the mirror.
Grabber stick.
Oh, yeah.
I've overdosed 3 times and I hadn't got Narcan. And first thing I did when I was told that I was Narcan was went over and gave the guy a hug. Man, thanks a lot. You know, I didn't want to die, right?
Yeah, Dan's good. We're always stocked up with stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything I've missed. I got the alcohol, I got the rigs, I got cookers, 2 types of Narcan. Saving lives, you know, when someone comes out of it, you just feel elated, eh? It's like, whew, did a good job, eh? Shake the guy's hand, he smiles at you, eh? Or sometimes he'll just insult you. Yeah, so that cost $30, you just blew $30 off me. But I know that's him in that moment, because I know next day he'll come over and thank me for, you know, for helping him out, eh? And that's the best, when someone just says thank you.
The biggest challenge is the stigma. People have this idea that any addict is a useless piece of poo-poo. And that's just not true.
I've been actively dealing with an overdose and been told to stand back because I don't know what I'm doing and wait for the paramedics. And meanwhile, this person is dying. And they're trying to tell me I can't wait for somebody that's more qualified, even though I've done, you know, 70 or 80 overdoses at that point. 99% of the time, I've got the person up and coherent before the ambulance even gets there.
I'm a first responder. I'm one that's there firsthand. I've saved 72 lives up to date. I haven't lost one yet, and I don't plan on it.
I understand homelessness, I understand living on the street. I mean, I lived on the street for 5 years. There's a lot of fear, eh? A lot of fear based around people with addictions. Street people walk by and they look at them and they're afraid of them, eh? They think they're, I don't know what they think, but they forget they're human beings.
I'm in trouble, I'm an addict, I'm addicted to this habit of never socializing, always simply memorizing the corporate.
Her name was Mariah. She went by the name Credence, because growing up, Credence was Creedence Clearwater was a band that she really liked when she was a kid, so yeah. She passed away in 2018 from an opioid overdose. I think that's what made me fight even more for people, is that I don't want any other parent to have to go through that. A parent should not have to bury their child. No, never. Being a drug user and working in the field I work, it doesn't affect my job. It doesn't affect the way I work. In actuality, because I'm an addict, it makes it easier for me to be able to help the people, because it doesn't matter how many years you go to college, you'll never have the one thing, and that's lived experience. If you haven't been there, you can't relate. And that's what makes it so much easier for people to come and talk to me, because I understand, I get it.
We can go in and talk to them and they'll actually listen to us. We're still in their community and we're basically them, just doing a job.
This is our memorial garden where all our loved ones are. We haven't lost that many, but we've lost a few really dear, close friends, and we consider them our family. Stan the man was an outreach worker, the best outreach worker there ever was. He was my outreach worker. He's the one who inspired me to get into being a peer, into helping people. Stan the man relapsed. And he was all alone. I don't know, of all people, he should have known not to use alone, but he was embarrassed. I know he was.
We walk the streets day in and day out. We struggle to survive, because that's what it's all about. City only wants to throw us away, but we're human, have feelings, so why can't we stay? We take the fall for all the wrong. We have rights and we stand strong. Men, women, and children, we're sick and we're old. We need to be heard, so we won't fold.
These are my reminders, people that have lived the best they could with the addictions that they had. Tears of sadness, tears of joy, yeah. They're all in a better place. And I'll always remember them. Conversations we had, people that they helped, and wherever they are, they're probably still helping people.
We fight for our rights with equality for all. Together we stand, united we fall. We opened our hearts and minds to see there's no difference between you and me, because we're the family of humanity.
Jerry from Solid coming in.
The peer program is pretty amazing because it gives people from my background an opportunity to be a member of society and make things better. Since I started working this job, I've actually gotten a reason to get up in the morning again.
When I go out on the street, I see people for people. Just trying my best to be a human being. That's it. There's no big glamorous thing for me. It's just, I want to help people because people help me.
We are those that go unnoticed, accomplishing more than the eye can see, handing out supplies, peer witnessing, ensuring everyone's safe as can be. We help save lives each and every day. First responders, seriously, it's not a game we play. We're there to confide in, to advocate, to fight. Oh, I try. Peers have patience, understanding, and drive, wanting to help. The blessing is keeping people alive. We carry much on our shoulders, out there on the scene, on call day and night, wanting no more lives lost in this harsh war. supply.